Talking about how Cleese means, he was talking about Heracles.
Oh, Heracles.
How the name means Hera's like perfect or something like that. Like Hera's perfect thing. Even though Hera hated Hercules or Heracles. And the guy that was with him was like, so John Cleese? And Stephen Fry's like, well, he is a very perfect man. It was really funny. For those of you who don't know, Stephen Fry is gay.
Very much so. Openly for a long time.
True.
Just like what Josh said that. He's gay.
Well, I mean, it's true. And he's also one of my personal heroes, so...
He is very outspoken about his depression, which I think has helped me through a lot of my stuff.
Moab is my washpot. Book recommendation for the week. That is his autobiography from when he was a child. It is a very good read.
The other one is a podcast that says, I have a hate list.
Okay.
And he literally goes over his hate list.
And who does
and
he
it's
hate?
really funny.
Stephen Fry.
Or the...
if you ever want to cry, you can watch he did a documentary where he goes and tries to find his family that was left behind in Europe because he's Jewish.
Yeah.
And they were left behind in Europe, and he finds those who actually went to Auschwitz. It is heartbreaking. It's beautiful. It's beautifully shot, beautifully done, but it is a heartbreaking documentary.
Do you know what I think my favorite role of his is? And he's only in it for maybe 5 minutes. Sherlock Holmes' brother.
Mycroft?
Yep. Naked.
That was what you enjoyed most about this.
I thought it was the funniest thing that they got this. You know, Stephen Fry's not the most looker. He's big and has a bent nose and stuff. But I just thought it was really funny that he was just this naked guy.
It is like Shirley and what's Minecraft short name in that one? Is it Mikey?
Mickey.
Mickey or something like that.
It is a very good one. All right. Where are we? Who are we? What are we doing here? Welcome to the Twaddling Along Podcast. Quiet.
Sorry.
Wait, Joshua, wait.
Okay, sorry.
Welcome to the Twaddling Along Podcast. I am your host, Dan McBride, here with my brothers and co-host, Josh.
8.
And Jake.
Josh had something to say.
Go ahead, Josh. What do you have to say?
I think Stephen Fry and, oh my gosh, I just forgot.
Hugh Laurie.
No, not Hugh Laurie.
Well, then if you're talking about Stephen Fry and someone else, you're a fool.
No. I think they would be a perfect couple.
Ian McKellen?
Yes. I think
they're friends in real life.
I think they would be the perfect couple.
I'm actually pretty darn sure about it.
They would be the greatest Shakespearean couple ever.
See, now I'm going to do a little correction. Got to do a little correction. So although Stephen Fry is incredibly well-versed in Shakespeare, as a matter of fact, that's what his degree is from Cambridge, is English with Shakespeare being the main object. Mm-hmm. He's not a good Shakespearean actor.
That's because he's too funny. He's comedy.
Now, Ian McClellan, very good. Patrick Stewart.
Very good.
Very good.
Also good in Star Trek.
Dame Judi Dench. Unbelievable.
In Shakespeare?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I've heard her do the
sonnet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, she's known as a Shakespearean actress.
I didn't know that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Do you know who else would be really good?
It is McKellen. Okay, it's not.
It's not McClellan.
It's not McClellan.
No.
I think
And for some reason when I pull up his picture, it pulls up Dumbledore.
Michael. Is it Michael? I can't remember. The Anglican priest that does the pipes. Smokes the pipes.
Oh, yes. Hold please.
Gaines?
Gaines. But it's not Michael. It is
Judith.
Yes, Judith Gaines. That's who I was thinking about the whole time.
I knew it.
You've just derailed me, and now I'm never going to find him.
I'm pretty sure it's Michael Gaines.
I don't think it's Michael.
I think it's Patrick.
Patrick Gaines.
That would probably fit him. He's Irish.
I don't know who this is.
He's the guy who smokes
He's the
pipe
one that
and reads Lords of the Rings.
I sent you guys.
Oh, that's right. You guys have been on a super fan. What would you call it?
No, his isn't necessarily like that. He's a super fan, but he talks about Lords of the Rings in a very religious way.
I'm not talking about him being a fan. I'm talking about you guys being fans. You guys have almost brought it up every time I've been with you for like the last 3 weeks.
Well, it's really good.
If I was a smoking man, I would smoke
Malcolm Geit.
Malcolm.
Are you sure it's not Judith?
Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure.
All right.
His wife might be good.
Malcolm Geit. It could be.
But he should be the Tom Bombadil.
He should be. He would play a very good Tom Bombadil.
Anyway.
I'm surprised that you haven't listened to him, Jake. You would love him.
I have listened to him.
Oh, okay. All right.
I started listening to him years ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, what he used to do is he used to go and read excerpts of Lords of the Rings in his little room.
Yeah, in his room.
He still does. That's literally all he does.
Yep.
And it's so comforting.
Because
having an old man.
This person comes and knocks on his door and he's like, "Oh, you found me again." Like he's not left.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you've been there the whole time.
It's the
As he opens the door and the smoke comes out. Hey, man.
well, what it literally is the it's the Mr. Rogers effect.
Yeah.
He's not treating the camera as a camera. He's treating it as a person being invited in. And it's lovely. And it makes me feel cozy. And I need that in my life because the world sucks right now.
I'm glad you said sucks.
The world is poopy.
That's where I thought you were going.
And I can't afford beef.
Oh. The Indians are happy.
Are they?
The people of India.
Yeah, the people of India.
Because of their...
I guess I should clarify. Yes, the people of India, specifically the Hindus of the Hindu religion, are happy because they worship cows. Cows are a very... I'm just going to stop talking now.
you are just digging yourself into...
Good bet.
Moo.
Moo indeed.
Do you know what cows remind me of?
What, Josh?
Tricksters.
Oh!
Yeah, because they move along. I don't know. That was
the
terrible.
worst segue I have ever heard.
This is just honest to goodness.
Joshua,
Here, wait. Let me try again.
It couldn't make it
Do you
more
know what
worse.
reminds me
get back on your
of
cold medicine.
Tricksters?
It couldn't be worse unless we were tricked by something. That's my segue.
Jake, your turn.
My turn for a segue?
Yeah.
Or you could just start and move on.
My name's Jake, and I'm here to do a podcast about tricksters. How about that?
That is a great
Thank
segue.
you.
I feel
appreciate
really
that.
good about that. Hey, we're on the paranormal this week, and Jake's in charge of it, and he's talking about Tricksters. He just announced it to everybody.
I am.
But what about Tricksters, Jake?
Ooh, Tricksters.
Jake.
Now I'm going to turn the time over to Danny. No, just kidding.
Are we going to talk about the Riddler?
No.
Dang it. That's what I researched.
Is that... The Riddler was
know,
the
that was-
paranormal research you performed, huh?
That was
know
my
you're-
rabbit hole.
I know you're joking, but it wouldn't surprise me.
No, to be honest, I'm surprised Jake didn't catch it when I corrected myself when he showed up and our sister asked him, "What's the podcast on?" And he's like, "Oh, Trickster Spirits." And I said, "Oh yeah, that's what I meant."
No, I remember. And then you said, yeah, not shadow spirits. And I
Yeah.
went, that's not even close.
That's what I researched.
Though it is close. Ooh.
Let us talk.
So,
Good talk.
yep, that was it. For thousands of years, mankind has been all over the world.
That is true.
And yet, as we've continuously discussed in this lovely podcast of ours, they have traditions, myths, beliefs that are eerily similar to each other despite that distance. And they've had these beliefs for just as long as they've had that separation. So, one of these is an entity that breaks rules, speaks the uncomfortable truth, and blurs the line between God and monster. We're going to be talking about
Danny.
Hello.
That was my trickster moment.
Though Danny is not purely evil like the Western devils,
Oh,
he's not really good either.
no.
So
No, I've kind of been gray.
he lives in the spaces in between.
Oh, liminal spaces.
Yep, liminal
Oh,
spaces.
shoot. Sorry. Side tangent. Have you guys seen the new movie that's coming out about the back rooms? with Idris Elba in it.
I am not going to watch it because the
I
game
am
terrified me.
Wait,
so gonna
Are you
watch
sure that
it.
was Idris Elba? I thought that was someone else.
Oh, am I wrong? I
Yeah.
thought it was Idris Elba.
I thought it was the guy that played.
Idris Elba's in He-Man.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Maybe that's what I-
It's the guy that plays in. Oh my gosh, Doctor Strange. He's
Oh, Chiwetel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I apologize. I like him better.
Well, that's rude. I love Idris Elba.
Well, good for you.
so. But I did see little snippets of that.
It looks terrifying.
A
I'm
big
scared to
yellow
death.
corridor. I would be terrified. Of that.
Like I said, I don't like the game.
I would have to go potty all the time.
He probably would. And there's no bathrooms. 'cause
Maybe
it's
that's why
just
the
empty.
walls are yellow.
Oh, come on, Josh.
Josh, your potty humor.
Josh, why don't you go ahead and then bring it up a notch, all right,
Okay,
Josh?
bring it up a notch. Maybe they had yellow paint.
All right, there you go. I feel good about that.
That was a little better than we had before. So, Tricksters, they operate at the crossroads, the borders of life and death, and the gap between the sacred and profane. So, we're just going to be talking about a few of the different myths that have had these tricksters. And then we're going to go into some of the fun, more modern stories of said tricksters.
I got scared.
I think Danny's. No, that was a yawn.
That
and
was
you're
a yawn.
like
I
totally
apologize.
bored. At
Danny's
it.
I'm
already
not bored out
bored
of
with
my
this
mind. I
conversation.
apologize.
Good heavens to
No,
Betsy.
I feel really good about this.
What trickster are we starting for?
We are going to start with Loki.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Everyone knows Loki, good Marvel hero.
So, Loki, he's the son of Odin, right?
No,
Wrong!
for all you viewers who just said yes, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to call you out, but we did.
You are mistaken. Marvel has ruined you.
Fools.
He's
You.
Odin's blood brother.
Oh.
I know. He's a fluid shapeshifter who crosses species and gender boundaries. He is the ultimate problem solver who only solves problems he created.
Sounds about. That's how I feel
That's
in
my
life.
type of guy.
I'm a great problem solver. I created all the problems, but
I can then solve the problems. Well, about 45% of the time. So he is from the Norse mythology.
What mythology?
The Norse mythology.
Norse.
and everybody thought I was the only one with a lisp.
Yeah.
Or the
North
slur?
mythology.
What is it? I don't know.
No, we're talking about
Probably not a slur. That's. Apologize,
No,
everybody.
Danny, that is only you. You're the only one with slurs here.
Said the guy who just brought up the Hindus.
I'm still recovering.
All right.
But
Sorry.
he's not taking his medicine anymore.
Oh,
You could tell, huh?
Yep. You're still talking. Just kidding, he's not.
just kidding. He got really quiet.
I didn't know that was my cue.
So
We're talking about Loki.
and that's all I had on Loki. So, just kidding. So the key narratives of the big thing is that he is a thief. He steals Sif's golden hair, and his ultimate slide into malice was orchestrating the death of Baldur. Do you guys know who Baldur is?
I do.
Who's Baldur, Danny?
Baldur is the sun.
I know Baldur's Gate.
That's good. Danny was just finishing. Wait,
Sorry.
finish, Joshua.
It is the child that was blessed with perfection by his mother,
Oh.
and he was actually pretty darn common in a lot of Thor's mythology, but pretty much he couldn't be harmed in any way, and he was the epitome of perfection. And
It says that his dad is Odin and his mother's Frigg.
correct. And the only way that he could be killed was by mistletoe. And
Cupid.
he really was a Loki because of as a vengeance towards his ice giant wife, concocted a scheme in which Baldur could be killed. Am I right?
Yes.
Thank you.
By that I mean I'm pretty sure you're right.
That was just right off my top of my head.
That was pretty good.
Every Norse
Now-
like researchers like, fool,
You've done it wrong
you're an
again.
idiot.
Wrong. So, but after doing this, he triggered Ragnarok.
Yeah, it was the death of said Balder was the harbinger of Ragnarok.
And we know Ragnarok as the time when Thor lost Asgard in the Marvel movies. It was very
Yes.
sad.
It's true.
And Hulk was doing something.
Yeah, Hulk was,
Hulk
jumping
was
around.
beating the crap out of Ragnarok, and Thor's like, "No, you just let it happen." And Hulk got really sad.
I would be sad too.
And then Loki died because Thanos choked him out.
That was in the next movie.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Spoilers.
Friggin' Josh.
So yeah, Loki. He's one of those characters that, even in a lot of the other mainstream media that we have today, he's a trickster. He fakes his death multiple times. He duplicates himself. He goes and acts like other people. He's just one of those that when people hear Loki, I think a majority of people either A, see Tom Hiddleston, or B, think of someone of trickery. So
Before the MCU, like, what was your guys' connections with Norse mythology?
Age of Mythology.
yeah, that was pretty much mine.
Was Loki in Age of Mythology?
He's in the new one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't he a sub god?
Yeah, he wasn't one of the mains. He was one of the powers that you could choose
Yeah.
when you level
Who
up.
were the main gods? Odin and
Odin,
Thor.
Thor, and Hela.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
is what it was. So we had that. But I mean, honestly, Loki's been on my mind because of the Marvel movies, but it was before the MCU. I mean, like you
guys read the comics.
we did.
and they had a lot of the early cartoons had that too.
Yeah.
See, and I knew Loki just because of mythology, because I liked history and Norse history and stuff like that. So,
Well, the more you find out about their mythology, the more you're like, wow, that was a very interesting mythology.
Oh, oh my gosh.
All
Like,
of
it is
mythology,
so,
Greek mythology, Roman mythology,
yeah, it is
they're
so
weird.
deep. And then you got to think that like for most of like the time, their mythology was passed down orally.
Yeah.
And so they kept like huge stories and everything.
Epics.
So just all up in their head.
Which is why Loki was crossing all sorts of boundaries, both species and gender boundaries.
I'm looking at a rock that's supposedly supposed to be Loki, and he has a nice mustache. It's curled on the edges.
Every good trickster has a nice mustache that's curled on the edges.
It's true.
At one time, Loki turned himself into a mare to seduce a horse and had a child that became Sleipnir, which was Odin's personal steed.
Didn't he also have a
had
wolf?
8 legs.
Yeah, 8-legged horse.
He did.
Sleipnir.
Yeah, and he did. Fenrir. So was one of his children.
You just look at that and you go, wow, that's really out there.
Also, I think one of his children was the Jormungandr, which is the giant serpent.
And a wolf called Fenrir.
Well, that, and I think even Hela was his child in mythology, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hel.
Hel.
Yeah, they didn't call her. They changed it to Hela in like the MCU, which I have to laugh about because they didn't want to say Hel. But
Can you imagine? Mother Hell.
but she was like in the mythology, it wasn't very nice. I think that she was like half rotting. Like she was not a very
a
good
zombie.
character.
She was
pretty much.
She
Yeah.
was
Ooh,
the
scary.
Hades of Norse mythology.
Yeah, and she was considered
See?
North.
It's hard, isn't it?
North.
I can't even say it.
You want to say North, and then you want to say Norse, and you combine it, and it just makes you sound a
Hey,
little...
wait a second. Is that where we get North from? Is the Norse?
Yes.
Are
I
you sure?
have no idea.
Or is it where the Norse came up with the North?
Or
What?
do we get Norse from the North? Ooh.
Where does the word Norse, North?
It does. Yeah, Norse and North come from the same Dutch word, Norsk,
Norsk.
which literally just means from the geographic location that is up.
I like that. That's a good, plain definition.
You also have the Normans, who are the Northmen,
The Norsemen.
who are actually French, but we don't talk about them.
So we're going to move on because I have a few of these, and we'll probably not go into too much detail. And I mean, one of these times in the future, we'll probably go more over the each of these in.
We do need to start some like mythology. That would be good for our history because like Norse mythology specifically is wild.
Well,
so we need to do a history / mythology. Is that what we're in?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that might be in the books.
The next person we're going to talk about is one from West African culture and Caribbean culture. Anansi the spider.
I love this one.
I'm scared.
Anansi is a master of language, wit, and survival. He triumphs over the large and powerful by changing the rules of the game.
Anansi the spider.
What the freak am I looking
Anansi.
Emphasize the cultural survival. Oh, that's for me. When
Go ahead, Jake. Why don't you, let's take those show notes. And
when I wrote this, I'm like, I need to add a dramatic flair. Now I'm ruining my own notes. Okay, when
Read next sentence. Oh, thank you.
So
you appreciate it.
In a deep, booming voice, Jake says, when West Africans were forcefully brought to the Americas via the transatlantic slave trade, Anansi evolved into Aunt Nancy or the Brer Rabbit.
Brer Rabbit. Does anyone know what Brer Rabbit is? Probably not, because Zippity Doodah is now Zippity Not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
that was a little aside. Josh just took a political rant about Disney and just went crazy with it.
It was more my attempt of rapping.
I see. Well, the Brer Rabbit and Nancy kind of became more of the. Let me repeat that again.
Brer Rabbit and Nancy.
Nancy and Brer Rabbit were kind of. Are you okay?
No.
We're kind of considered the blueprints for surviving against a system of oppression.
Oh.
So
it was intelligence that could overcome brute force. Well, that didn't even make sense. Force. Oh, people, we're not doing good.
what happened to us?
Brute force.
I thought we were scholars.
I didn't study this enough. I spent a week studying and then I forgot all of it.
Anansi.
Next.
Do you know, wait, before we move on from Anansi,
sorry.
because Anansi I think is really, really kind of a cool thing. It was banned in the southern United States during slavery to even talk about Anansi because the stories of Anansi actually provoked slave uprising.
Oh.
And it was, so it's one of those things where the cultural evolution of what Anansi was like originally kind of a trickster god that came from like the Caribbean and like the West African Ghanaian world, but it became a oppositional god to slaves, and it kind of continued forward. So even Brer Rabbit is taken from a lot of West African traditions, and those West African traditions were literally like uprising against colonialism. That's what Brer Rabbit is. So it's no secret. Like, you know, if you don't know the story of Brer Rabbit tricks Brer Fox and Brer Bear, because Brer Fox and Brer Bear want to eat him, but he says, well, to really get rid of me and to make me nice and juicy, throw me into a pit of thorns, right? And so they do. They go and throw him in the pit of thorns, not knowing that that's his home, and so he outsmarts it. And it was the idea that a small, simple group of people or a small, simple person using only their wits could outsmart power. So it's really kind of cool.
I'm starting to understand why the movie that I will not name is outlawed.
Song of the South?
Oh, okay. Throw it out there, Cheese.
All right.
I don't think it's a secret, Josh.
I was going to say.
Moving on. The Tricksters of the Americas.
Ooh, boy.
Coyote and Raven. They were North American indigenous traditions. So in the traditions of the Navajo, I hope that I'm saying this right, Hopi, and Pacific Northwest tribes, These characters are both creators and destroyers. They brought fire and light to humanity, but also brought death and winter because they believed the world would become overcrowded without balance.
Interesting.
So, do you remember that, you trying to fix the problems you caused? Yeah, they caused and they fixed. And then caused some more.
Well, and wasn't Coyote also a creator god?
Yes.
If I remember right, like and I'd have to go back and actually read some of the mythology.
I'm pretty sure Jake just said that.
That he was a creator god?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I just said they were creators and destroyers.
Oh.
Well, that's awkward.
Oh, there you go. Feel bad.
So what these did is instead of explicitly forbidding greed, the elders of these different tribes shared these tales of the coyote being greedy and getting his head stuck in a jar. By laughing at his
Interesting.
foolishness, listeners natively internalized how not to behave.
Oh, so like a morality tale.
So like he did all these silly things, but because he made light of it, then I guess that for some reason is just how it's supposed to be.
The disregarding of taboos.
Or maybe it's not him laughing at himself, it's other people laughing at his foolishness.
Probably.
Hey, that's how people probably look at us.
There's also something like the fox and the wolf is a juxtaposition in the Native American like stories where the fox is considered like the more sly, more intelligent, where the wolf is considered more wise. And so they try to kind of compete themselves against each other.
Is the coyote or the fox that comes to Homer Simpson when he has this super out there dream? Do you remember?
I think it's the coyote.
I just remember that one.
That's voiced by Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, I've got to look that up.
I guess that's one of those ones. I'm still going through The Simpsons. I'm
Well,
on season 23 now.
While Danny's looking that up, let me tell you about a trickster story about the coyote and the giant. Once a giant was terrorizing the land and eating people, especially small children. Coyote convinced the giant that if he allowed Coyote to break his leg and then heal it by spitting on it, he'd be able to run as fast as Coyote. However, this was one of Coyote's tricks, and the giant thereafter found it much more difficult to outrun anything, even small children. So he just broke his leg and then left him.
But did he help the children?
Coyote probably just ate the children.
It is the space coyote,
It is a space coyote.
and it is Johnny Cash,
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
who is one of the very first cameos that didn't play himself.
Oh.
So he didn't voice himself. He fully committed to voice acting and a completely fictional character. And then Matt Groening has cited Cash's performance as one of the greatest coups the show ever pulled off.
Good for them. All right, moving on. Fairy faith, pukas, and the folkloric shift.
Oh.
Wow. So, fairies, you know them as Tinkerbell.
Don't trust the Fae.
They are not quite that way. They don't help you to fly.
Yeah, where the heck did Tinkerbell come from? Why was that all of a sudden thing that was like, oh, let's just have this little fairy dust us with...
Yeah, where did...
And where does the dust come from?
Ooh, now I'm uncomfortable.
I actually kind of am too. I'm going to find out.
It was her fluffing.
It's just farting along. Farting sprinkles.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Or is it a really weird way to say that they were just all high?
It could be.
The fairies were just helping people get high. That's what it was.
Yeah, and they wouldn't grow up.
You can fly, you can fly. You are high, you are high, really high.
So in the original play, she mended pots and kettles. She was an actual tinker.
Oh, thus the name Tinker. And the bell is probably because she made a noise.
Correct.
Oh, shoot. It's
We learned
all
something
coming
new
together.
every
She
day.
represents,
Hello.
if you notice, all the Lost Boys and Peter Pan were male. Tinkerbell represented the female as being ill-tempered, jealous, vindictive, and inquisitive.
Wow.
And you could dare say that she was a trickster in that show.
Yep.
Like literally, and I'm not
She
saying
forced Wendy to do what? I can't remember. She forced Wendy to go do something.
it's something
get
with
close to the mermaids,
Yeah,
isn't
get
it?
close to the mermaids.
Ah.
And then like the mermaids try to drown her.
Yeah.
And then Peter Pan saves Wendy. And then I think in the original play, Peter Pan's like, it's not that big of a deal. Wendy's like, I almost just died. Like, grow up, Peter Pan.
So in the original, Tinkerbell is actually not necessarily an individual, but a conglomerate and a name given to a companion of Peter Pan. For later, when he visits an older Wendy, he says, or she asks, where is Tinkerbell? And he said, who's Tinkerbell? And then finally he tells Wendy, there are a lot of them. I expect she is no more.
Oh.
He really,
Tinkerbell.
Peter Pan really was kind of a heartless dude, wasn't he?
He was a jerk.
Anyways, let's go back to
Netherlands.
the fairies.
So the Irish Puka. The Irish Puka was a shape-shifting entity, often appearing as a sleek midnight black horse with glowing golden eyes or a wild goat. That's a really funny difference. It's either this wonderful, amazing black horse or a goat. So it would just coax travelers onto its back for a terrifying, chaotic midnight ride through the bogs and briars, only to dump them into a muddy ditch at sunrise.
It's more funny if I imagine it just as a goat.
Yes.
Like you're just on the back of like this goat just riding through the forest and it's like,
I just picture the goat doing one of those ones where it tenses up, falls over, screams, and the person goes flying off.
oh, the screaming goats.
Yep.
Oh, they're my favorite.
Now, the Irish Puka never really sought the death of these individuals. They just sought disruption.
So,
So.
Can I ask this?
No.
Well, I'm going to anyways.
Okay.
When it comes to tricksters, it seems like tricksters are never actually inherently evil, right?
They're kind of in the middle.
They're kind of like, they're just morally ambiguous. They're kind of
They
like that
more
gray
just
character.
sow chaos.
Yeah. So what is it within humanity that we have to create stories of characters that are not towing the line? You know what I'm talking about? Like that's not keeping the social norms that have to be causing chaos. Because it's got to be a reflection of ourselves, right?
No, Danny, I'm always towing the line perfectly.
Josh is doing so good.
You're doing great, Josh.
Thanks.
Well, this next one, the changeling myth, is the one we've talked about quite a bit.
Gonna say it.
Where it's one where the fairies would come abduct human infants and replace them with a sickly elderly fairy trickster. And one thing that I read was that it kind of served as a tragic historical framework to rationalize developmental disorders, sudden infant illness, or neurodivergence.
Yep.
So by us creating these myths, we're trying to explain our own like common sense of being stupid and like
Well, not I would call
like
it
being
stupid, but
tricksters, not following the rules.
more so that we tried to explain things that didn't make sense to us.
Gotcha.
And the best way to do it is, well, there's got to be something out there that is causing this chaos.
Influencing me in a way to pour cold water on Danny's head when he's in the shower.
Yes.
Sure. Because you are a trickster.
I think we all heard about that. I did it to Dad.
You did.
Was Dad pissed? Because I can just see Dad being like so mad.
I don't think Dad. The thing was Jake was so quiet that I don't think Dad even realized what was going to happen.
He was just like, cold water.
That really was what I went in and I just turned on the water, turned it cold, and then I took the cup and I just went splash over the top. I just heard Dad go, whoa! So now I'm worried that my kids will hear this someday and it will come back to bite me in the butt.
I have children that listen to this podcast, so
Oh,
it's going to be one of these days.
dear children of Danny, please record this.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
No, because because what else? Trickster things are just so much fun. Screaming with a stick and running at Danny's bed while he was sleeping.
Terrifying.
That was probably one of the funniest scenes
Chaos.
because I was upstairs and all you hear is Jake laughing his head off.
And running.
But then
Really
you hear Danny hit every single thing on the way trying to kill Jake in the process.
He really did trip on everything coming up the stairs,
did.
which saved me. I just barely made it to the top, but he still grabbed my leg and started pulling me down. And that's when you become, Mom, Dad, they're trying to get me. So, I mean,
And we just sat there and looked and said, "Death be upon thee."
And then when the mom and dad heard the whole story, they just thought it was funny.
They did.
They were like, "Ha ha, that's really funny that you woke your brother up in a panic."
They just said, "Hey, Jake, it's past 9. Danny needs a wake up. Can you go wake up Danny?" And I said, "Of course." I would love to do that so much.
Here, let me tell you a story about a trickster. My wife, as a child, got the opportunity to. I can't remember if it was an arcade or like a dollar store, but she got one of the lipstick things that if you push it up enough, it will fall out and it will look like it stained something. Well, her grandmother has a very strict rule in white carpets that nothing touches those carpets. And so what my dear wife did was she took that makeup thing that she did and put it on the carpet and then yelled, "Grammy, I did something." And her grandmother came in and saw that red had just spread everywhere on her white carpet. And she like freaked out and everything. And Kylie, my wife, ended up telling her, it was fake. And her grandma just fell on the floor and just laid on the floor and was really mad.
I love the idea of people having a white carpet and then being like, "I don't want anything on my white carpet." And you going, "We live on Earth." You realize this, right? We live on a planet where people have dirt and other substances that cause things. And your thought is to have a white carpet that you never want dirty.
Well, what was up with just formal living rooms in general?
I don't know.
Like these living rooms that no one would ever use.
That was a Victorian thing.
In our culture, we called them home teaching rooms.
Yes, we did.
And they had a piano.
And they always had a piano that was never played and dusty.
Do they call them ministering rooms now?
I don't know. Dude, does anybody still have them? To me, it's just a waste of a room.
It's one of they often.
Our aunt and uncle do.
That's where you put the piano.
They
feel
do.
like-
Our aunt and uncle do.
Yeah, they have like a room that you literally walk into and it has a piano and a couch.
Yeah, but I think they use it.
The piano?
Well, yes, the piano, but like the room. I think they use the room. I'm talking about like there was a time in the country where there was a room that was unused.
Oh.
That was a formal living room, and like they called it grandma's rooms, where it was. They would set up this. That's where they had their beautiful furniture. That's where they had
Porcelain
the
dolls.
porcelain dolls, the white carpets, the drapery, the fine drapery, and they just would never use it. That's wild to me.
I mean, our dad's parents kind of did that with.
They did. They had a front room. Yeah.
They didn't really have anything special, and they did use it. That's where Grandpa would go and read newspapers at like 3 a.m. and wake us up.
5 o'clock.
Going back to the fairies.
Fairies.
Fairies were originally very large. They were tall and majestic beings and were probably a hand down of old Celtic gods.
Wow.
And they slowly changed over time and became smaller and smaller. First, it was Shakespeare's Midsummer Night Dream. And the reason they made them small was because they had children actors on stage and they had to have an excuse why the children actors were on stage. And so they just called them fairies. And then there was the Victorian era, where the Victorians romanticized fairies as cute, nature-loving sprites in children's books. Famous authors believed that fairies were real. One Sir Arthur Conan Doyle believed that fairies were real.
Sherlock.
And he was tricked by those fairy pictures that nowadays when you look at and go, what? That's the dumbest thing.
Interesting.
But back in the days when photography was first coming about and people were like, oh, fairies.
You can see them.
You can see the fairies.
So if we were to take fairies in the way that they originally were, instead of the fairy godmother in like Cinderella who helps, it would be like the fairy godmother from Shrek.
Probably. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Something that's more conniving and scheming. Yeah, 100%. I think that's kind of the way that they're done. Yeah.
They try to steal everything from you.
Yep.
All right, moving on. This is where we get to the more paranormal. We've talked a little bit about these in the past, but poltergeists, and high strangeness.
High strange. That sounds like a royal. Hello, your high strangeness.
And indeed it is. So, the whole British monarchy, high strangeness.
Yeah, we did. We actually did a whole episode on poltergeists.
Did we really?
did.
We did. Yeah.
So
Was I here?
No.
Yeah. Actually, it was only a couple months ago. It was October of last year.
Josh looked over like,
What?
really?
Really?
Because I don't remember this.
Josh, you've only ever missed one of our podcasts.
Has that only been once?
Yes.
I think mentally.
We've been really good about, postponing everyone else's.
We're very good at it.
Well, I just like to point out that our dad said that the last time or one of the times that I hosted was probably the worst podcast he's ever heard of.
He didn't say that.
He never said anything like that.
No,
Said it
he
was
looked
the
me in
most-
the eyes and he said, "I think you're on something."
Yes, he said it was the most manic episode that he's ever heard. In his
It's one of
life.
those that whenever we twaddle the most tends to be
Mine.
when Josh is talking.
Josh gets
Because
off.
I twaddle.
Anyways, let's talk about some poltergeisty things.
So I'm just going to read a quick description, then we're going to get into some stories because I found some stories I thought were pretty meaningful. Unlike traditional residential hauntings that mimic a film strip on a loop, poltergeists display active, mischievous, and responsive intelligence. They thrive on hiding personal objects, throwing small items, mimicking rhythmic knocks, and specifically malfunctioning or failing to perform whenever a scientific camera or skeptical investigator is trying to capture them. That was horrible English. I apologize for my writing.
Dang.
So, the high strangeness is the...
Jake just lost his thought.
I'm reading what I wrote, and I don't even know what I wrote. This is embarrassing for everyone.
I'm sorry, Jake.
So,
Oh, Danny, our poltergeist video is the worst video of our YouTube.
Is it really?
As one view.
Oh. Well, everybody go back October 25th of 2015 or 2025.
but that was one of my favorite drawings.
That was a really
love
good
that
drawing.
drawing.
Just to help Jake along, high strangeness is actually a term coined by an investigator named J. Allen Hynek, who's incredibly famous for UFO things.
I was going to say, his name sounds very familiar.
Yes, very, very much so. But it has gone on to a phenomenon that is more trickster in element and has overlaying realities, has a lot of absurd. It's more dreamlike, things like that. So
Yeah, it's considered a single non-human terrestrial intelligence that has spent millennia playing elaborate trick on human perception.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
ooh, have you guys ever read the book Phantoms
Have you think
by
I read
Dean
a book?
Koontz?
Dean Koontz?
Dean Koontz, yeah.
No.
He has a book that's called Phantoms, where an entire town is taken over by what is essentially like this old god. And it turns out to be like an old alien, or not even an old alien life form, but a life form that's always been on Earth that kind of fits into this, that it believes itself to be like
A deity.
a deity, and so it kind of can manipulate things around it and manipulate matter and cause all sorts of like craziness that happens. Anyways, it's a really good book.
That would be interesting.
I think that there was
I
a
want to be
movie.
one of those.
I think there was a movie made out of it, and I want to say it starred Ben Affleck. I'm gonna find out.
Ben Affleck.
Phantom?
Hold, please.
Ban.
Well, we're going to talk about the Long Island popping ghost.
The Long Island popping ghost?
Long Island popping ghost. In the quiet suburb of Seaford, Long Island, James and Lucille Herman lived with their two children in a brand new sunlit ranch home. They were the first occupants of the building. On February 3rd, 1958, the peaceful atmosphere shattered when James heard a distinct string of loud popping noises echoing from various rooms. Upon investigating, he discovered that across the house, multiple plastic and glass bottles containing shampoo, bleach, and liquid laundry starch had lost their caps. What's really interesting is that the caps had been completely unscrewed by an invisible force, and the bottles were left tilted over, actively emptying their contents on the floor. Even the holy water had its
Not the holy water.
And he said that it must have been a display of mockery because the bottle of the holy water had its top forcefully blown off. Its
Not even screwed off.
Yeah, the contents poured out directly over the bedroom dresser. Over the following weeks, the entity engaged in overt psychological games with both the family and local authorities. When the police department arrived to investigate what they assumed was a domestic hoax, Detective Joseph Tozy, that's a really cool last name,
Tozy,
stood directly in the living room. As he watched, a heavy porcelain figure smoothly slid off a flat table and shattered on the hardwood floor, while every single person in the room had their hands fully visible. The entity routinely waited until the family sat down for dinner before launching bowls of soup cleanly across the room. It treated the natural physical laws as if they were not there. Like there's no barriers. But as suggestions, using the home as an experimental laboratory for human confusion.
what the heck?
Yeah.
So here's a crazier thing. So Tozy was around for quite a bit, and he took kind of a special kind of case in this. And Tozy actually witnessed they had a bronze statue of a horse that was 100 pounds. It was huge and heavy. And he was standing right in front of the horse, and the family was in another room, but they could see him from the other room. And with his hands in his pockets, on purpose, he watched this entire gigantic bronze horse slowly move to the edge and topple over.
Oh my gosh. Danny, haven't you had a poltergeist experience at your job after you got home from your mission?
Not poltergeist necessarily that we could say, but we definitely had some weirdness, like, rocking chairs and chairs that would move on their own and different things like that. So it could have been poltergeisty.
Spooky. And this experience that Jake is sharing, I believe, is the influence for the movie Poltergeist, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know that one.
Was the Enfield Poltergeist not the one that was for that?
It could have been.
Because we talked about the Enfield Poltergeist.
We did.
If anyone wants to go review that. Next, we're going to talk about Geff, the talking mongoose.
Wait, before we move
I
on,
apologize.
because the talking mongoose is very funny. So when I was a child, there was a book that mom and dad gave me, and I wish I could remember where it came from. I almost think it came from, and I believe it or not, like a Burger King. It was like it was one of those early Burger King like magazines, and it had the story of Popper the Poltergeist in the back of it. And I kept it in the bunk bed with me, and I would read it at night to scare myself so I wouldn't go to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
And like,
It is like
your
son does the same thing.
I know. It is ingrained in me. Like there are eventually, and I seem to remember, and once again, the Burger King magazine, and I could be completely off base, but like they talked about that. One of the thoughts was that the family had some teenage children, and that the teenage children, it was commonly linked that poltergeist activity would happen with teenage children, and there was thought that teenage children were actually exhibiting unnoticed like psychic abilities. It was crazy. Like I can't even fathom like why I was reading this at the age of 8, but like I remember thinking, oh my gosh, when I become a teenager,
I'm going to move.
is there going to be like poltergeist stuff and everything? So,
well, your son's approaching that, Danny. You're going to have to let us know how that goes.
oh boy.
So, Geff, the talking mongoose. At a lonely, windswept homestead known as the Doomsday Farm, which is a wonderful name, on the island of Man, equally great, the Irving family, James, Margaret, and their young daughter, Vori, began hearing persistent scratching, spitting, and barking sounds behind their wooden wall paneling. Expecting a rodent or a ferret, James set numerous traps only for the unseen entity to begin perfectly mimicking the sounds of other domestic animals. Eventually, the entity bypassed animal sounds altogether and began speaking fluent English. The entity identified itself as a mongoose born in New Delhi, India in 1852 and answered to the name Geff.
Well, so not to be GIF, but it's actually Jeff.
Is it Jeff?
It is Jeff.
Geff, the talking mongoose.
It is spelled GEF. but in the old English way, it is actually Jeff, which is even funnier because here this mongoose is, and he's like,
it's a very sophisticated.
I'm Jeff.
Jeff the talking mongoose.
And it probably sounds exactly like the one film producer guy who did Thor Ragnarok. The rock guy.
The rock guy.
He's from New Zealand.
Waititi. Yeah.
He probably said, "Hello, my name's Jeff."
Hello, Jeff. No, it was even crazier than that. Like he could speak like a dozen different languages.
Yes, my name is Jeffrey.
He had like full conversations with people in the community. The people in the community would bring problems to Jeff the talking mongoose. This was just crazy.
He was never really seen. If he was, it was usually a manifestation of a small yellow ferret-like blur running along the rafters. Jeff possessed a very volatile temper.
He was a little grumpy.
A massive ego. Love that. He would throw small rocks at the house, read aloud the neighbor's private mail from miles away to prove he was spying on the village, and steal food. When James Irving attempted to converse rationally with the entity regarding its true nature, Jeff would scream creative insults through the wall. During one famous encounter, Jeff shouted, "I am the fifth power. I am the god of hedges. If you knew what I am, you would be paralyzed with fear." Yet seconds later, the entity would undermine this terrifying cosmic claim by demanding a small scrap of bacon.
Give me bacon.
Or singing a vulgar music hall song.
I am your god. Give me bacon.
Oh my gosh.
When prominent psychic researchers from London, I love that, arrived with a specialized equipment to investigate, Jeff simply refused to manifest, only to resume throwing pennies at the family the minute the scientist train pulled away. So there you have it, folks. Jeff the talking mongoose.
Oh, it is one of my favorite tales.
I'm sorry. I just read the ending of Jeff, the talking mongoose. Have you guys read the ending?
No. What is it?
No, I didn't know there was an ending.
Margaret and Rory Irving left their home in 1945. This is the people who owned the property where Jeff came from. At the death of James Irving, they reportedly had to sell the farm at a loss because it had a reputation of being haunted by Jeff. In 1946, Leslie Graham, who had bought their farm, claimed in the press that he had shot and killed Jeff. The body displayed by Graham was, however, black and white and much larger than the famous mongoose, and Roy Irving was certain that it was not Jeff. He disappeared.
They just shoot a random dog?
Oh my gosh, it's Jeff! Kill him! I demand a piece of bacon.
After that, Jeff was never seen.
And to their dying day.
Yeah, she died in 2005, so not
too long. She claimed it was completely real. Like they did not make it up, that it was 100% real, that there was a talking mongoose.
That is insane.
Though physical evidence was lacking, the hair samples that the Irvings claimed was Jeff was actually the Irving sheepdog. And that several photos that the Irvings depicted as Jeff were actually the sheepdog as well. So the sheepdog could have been Jeff.
So did you know that there's actual photos of what they consider to be Jeff?
No.
There's black and white photos of and it is a mongoose.
It is.
It is a mongoose on like a fence, and they're like,
awesome.
It's Jeff.
They even have alleged footprints and teeth marks of Jeff. That is amazing.
I want a talking mongoose. That's nice. I don't want one that's...
I want one that claims that he's like this deity and then asks for bacon.
Well, so it's even crazier than that. So this happened right around the 1950s and everything. Jeff would have these absolute nonsense things, but then all of a sudden he would pull out things that were like super bizarre. He would talk about alternate dimensions. He would talk about splitting atoms. He would talk about all these like really esoteric, deep, like scientific things. And then he would go around and he would make a joke or do like a dirty limerick. So it was the oddest thing. And so people were like, what the heck is going on?
Here's another thing. He claimed he was born in New Delhi, India in 1852.
I said that earlier.
Oh. I wasn't listening. I was so amazed.
You did. You literally said New Delhi, India.
Did I really?
You really did.
I have no memory of this.
It's time to take Joshua
Did you
home.
read his quote that says, "I'm a freak"?
Yes.
No.
Oh, he didn't read it.
didn't
but
read it.
I
you read
read
it?
it, but I didn't say it out loud.
Jeff once said, "I'm a freak. I have hands and I have feet. And if you saw me, you'd faint. You'd be petrified, mummified, turned into stone, and a pillar of salt."
Jeff.
So what we're saying is that the biblical story of Jeff,
Or of Lot. His wife didn't look at Sodom or Gomorrah.
She saw Jeff.
She saw Jeff.
So, honestly, Jeff is such a perfect representation of what a trickster deity would be. How much time we got?
we've got a couple, about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to read maybe this last story.
Jeff.
John Keel and the Phantom Cadillac, 1967.
That sounds like a new movie that's coming out.
In a world
Phantom
where John
Cadillac.
Keel and a Phantom Cadillac go on an amazing adventure. Sorry, that's going to make me cough. Okay, anyway. While investigating a wave of UFO sightings, that already tells you a lot about this guy, and bizarre creatures reports in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Do you guys not know who John Keel is?
No.
John Keel is the one that did the Mothman.
Oh, yeah, it talks about that here in a second.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, John Keel is like incredibly famous. He's one of actually the very first considered paranormal researchers.
John Keel. Journalist John Keel found himself targeted by a series of surreal events. He began receiving highly disturbing, metallic-sounding phone calls from an entity identifying itself as Indrid Cold.
Cole.
Cole?
It should be Indrid Cole.
Oh, I have cold.
Oh, maybe.
So,
Paranormal.
look it up. The disembodied voice would accurately predict the future, recount exactly what Keel had eaten for breakfast in private, and issue completely nonsensical instructions. The interaction turned physical late one night while Keel was driving down a completely deserted, unlit country road. Without warning, a pristine vintage black Cadillac materialized directly behind the vehicle, its blinding high beam headlights completely overwhelming his rear view mirror. The car accelerated aggressively, riding inches from his bumper and playing a terrifying high-speed game of automotive chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Seeking to avoid a catastrophe, Keel pulled his car entirely onto the dirt shoulder to let the aggressive driver pass. The massive black Cadillac roared past him into the darkness. Keel pulled back onto the road and watched its red taillights ahead. The road at this section was a dead straight way with sheer vertical rock faces on both sides. There was no side roads, no hidden turnoffs, and absolutely nowhere to steer away. As Keel watched with undivided attention, the vehicle's headlights and taillights simply blinked out of existence. What the heck? Keel accelerated down the stretch of road. There was no sign of the crash, no sign of skid marks, and no vehicle. The Cadillac had entirely vanished into thin air. Upon returning to his room later that night, Keel's telephone immediately rang. The metallic voice on the other end laughed quietly and asked him if he had enjoyed his midnight drive. The trickster had successfully traded the traditional horse of the puka for a modern internal combustion engine, keeping its human target entirely off balance.
I'd poop my pants.
Dum, dum, dum.
So we will one day we are going. It is Indrid Cold. You were right, Jake. We're going to have to talk about this Indrid Cole character, because it gets even creepier than that. Ooh. Like he's the one that, in the Mothman prophecies. He's the one who warns Keel that the bridge is going to fall, that causes the disaster around Point Pleasant.
Oh,
it's kind of like crazy, and they call him the Smiling Man. Like someone meets this Indrid Cold, and he's like got a creepy smile on his face. And if you like look up like artist renditions of what it looks like, it will give you nightmares.
So the moral of the story is don't look him up.
So, and read Mothman Prophecies. That's John Kill's book. I've got it at my house. It's great.
Well, there you go. I found out something new today.
Or you can watch the Richard Gere movie, The Mothman Prophecies. He plays John Kill.
They made a movie about John Kill.
They did, except that he's not a journalist. He's like a doctor or something. I can't remember.
He had to play his part to be a little bit prouder.
It's kind of a creepy movie. It's kind of good.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty creepy story, too. So,
it is very creepy.
Well, I hope you've all enjoyed this podcast.
It's been a great podcast.
This is where you now go get your holy water. Say a prayer.
Or it may be knocked over by Popper.
Popper the Poltergeist. That sounds like a kid's show. Like, Popper up next on Fox 13. Popper the Poltergeist.
Wow, Danny. Blast from the past.
Hey, it's the only thing that I know. I'm an elder millennial.
Jeez. It's that
Back in my
WB
day.
Kids.
Back in my day, that's what we used to watch. Saturday morning cartoons. Now you kids that nowadays can access cartoons all you want and have AI tell you
commercials, no.
about things, and you didn't have to suffer.
Do you remember, was it the end of the Fox Kids that they had like the circle of kids and they had them all laughing and everything? And that was like the production company.
Oh, I think so.
Or I thought that was PBS Kids.
I don't think it was PBS Kids. It was either Fox Kids or it was WB Kids.
Danny, they will never know the pain that you had to go through to walk up and actually change the channel.
That's true. It was rough.
with a TV that had a little bit too much electrical.
Oh, and it was zap the ever-living heck out of you.
I remember when Danny came up the stairs and told Mom and Dad that the TV blew up. And going downstairs and being like, it really did blow up.
It really did. Well,
I don't remember that.
was semi my fault. So they had gotten the TV upstairs and I had taken the old TV down into my room.
Yeah, and this was like a wooden TV.
Like literally like wood panel TV. It still had like the push buttons. Absolutely no remote. Probably from the early 1970s. I'm not quite sure.
Didn't have the twists.
It was a dial.
No. We had one with the twist dial, but I had the ones with the buttons on the TV that the 9 didn't work. So you had to go to like 8 and then you had to channel up to get to the 9. Anyways. And what had happened is I had a glass of water on top of it.
As you do.
As I did. I had many glasses of water around.
Let's be honest, it stained the wood.
I was well hydrated. And the water had tipped over and gone to the back of the TV, had caused an electrical arc that hit me.
Nice.
And the TV literally did smoke and blow up. I unplugged it, being stupid, because I probably almost killed myself. And then went upstairs and told Mom and Dad, hey, I think that the TV broke. I am so sorry. Oh, by the way, it shocked me. And Mom and Dad were like, wait, the TV broke? As I'm like jittery because I got electrocuted.
Lost the first half of his memory of his childhood.
Like,
who am I? That explains a lot.
It was great. It was the first TV that I had in my room.
Wow.
It's not the last.
Oh.
Wait,
Danny had a little silver TV up in the corner.
I did.
He
It
did.
was fantastic.
He had it mounted.
Bright green fluorescent
and it
room.
forever ruined me because I got the comic stylings of late night hosts, Conan O'Brien and
That gray TV also had a
Craig
VHS
Ferguson.
player that you could push in.
yeah.
That's where you could go, and Danny had his Xbox in there.
Yep.
And
Fun fact, while you were gone, that TV was still there. I would watch the gold edition Star Wars that we had. I'd sleep in your
it's
bed and then
fantastic.
watch the gold edition, not the original theatrics, but the re-released Star Wars films that we had.
I played Fable.
That's what I played. I played a lot of Fable.
It was good times.
Well, thanks, Jake, for that.
Hey, you bet.
Next week is the human condition.
It is the human condition.
Josh, what are we talking about? Are we
We-
talking about playing on your phones while you're supposed to be doing a podcast?
I have been playing Yahtzee. Anyway,
You have been playing Yahtzee on the... Is that why you guys have been repeating what I've been saying?
Only Josh. I was listening because I'm an elder millennial. We can't have we don't
Jake,
have that ability.
You've been
I brought
talking
up
the whole time?
creator.
That is true. You did bring up the creator, and I did repeat it. I apologize.
No, we are going to dive into a topic that has been requested. We will tiptoe through this topic. Near-death experiences.
Ooh, this is going to get interesting.
So I will preface saying that we are religious folk, but we will keep it as scientific as we can.
Yes,
as scientific.
I think it would be okay to let religion flow a little bit because we can't talk.
Danny's giving me permission to be religious.
Adore Danny.
All right, everyone, pull out your hymnals. Raise your hands.
Josh is going to start singing gospel music.
We will be focusing on a lot of experiences and your guys' thoughts on near-death experiences.
Oh, they scare me.
You're going to have me bearing testimony by the end, aren't you?
Amen.
I'm going to have a near-death freaking experience.
Excellent. Okay, final thoughts, gentlemen.
Final thoughts.
Josh.
Tricksters are tricksters, and that's who they be. They rhyme with reason.
1, 2, 3.
That was poetic, Josh. Thank you for that.
We need some more Dayquil. And
We need something. We didn't talk about the Monkey King. Here's my final thoughts. We should have talked about the Monkey King.
The Chinese monkey king.
The Monkey King, yeah, because he is considered a trickster god. One other one that we didn't really talk about is early depictions of Satan were a little bit more trickster than not.
Interesting.
We could have gotten real deep on that one. We didn't. That's okay.
I mean, he played elaborate trick with Adam and Eve.
Sure did. And that is actually kind of what I mean, is that it was kind of depicted
hey, look,
that way.
An apple. Wink, wink.
Was it an apple? I never said it was an apple.
Nah, the Catholics say it's an apple.
All right, well, then probably an apple. So those are my final thoughts. Jake, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts are these.
There once was an apple.
No. Don't ruin my final thoughts. Sorry. Mostly because now it's out of my head. I think it's really important that we recognize throughout history that we've had some pretty remarkable experiences, and that we've had a lot of people that have seen things they don't understand, perceived things they can't explain, and never recognized truly how important it is to just not go outside. Just stop going outside. Just stay home. Not in a haunted house. I'm sorry, if you go to a haunted house, I'm going to throw my phone at you.
Seriously.
So hard.
Why are you snoring? You are such a...
You almost made me say a bad word.
Jake was making a final statement. You are such a younger brother. I'm going to give you a swirly after this just because you deserve it.
I don't think my head
Continue,
can
Jacob.
fit.
I don't want it anymore.
And the middle child. Thanks, everyone. Have a good week.